this episode, Submission to Authority. Howdy y'all, I'm Pastor Mark. I'm the pastor of Copeland Christian Church, and this is Theological Moments with Pastor Mark. It's good to be with you all today. Hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk about what has become somewhat a four-letter word, if you know what I mean, to American Christians. That is submission. Specifically, submission to the civil authorities. I know as Americans we're not too interested in being told what to do, and it's just part of our rebel heritage of, you ain't going to tell me what to do, I'm going to do what I want. And that's all well and good. But Scripture also has something to say on the matter. And so today we're going to look at two scriptures in the New Testament to see what Paul and Peter respectively have to say about being in submission to the civil authorities. So let's begin with Romans 13, 1 and 2, which reads, "Let every person be subject to the governing authorities. For there is no authority except by God's appointment, and the authorities that exist have been instituted by God. So the person who resists such authority resists the ordinance of God, and those who resist will incur judgment." And 1 Peter 2, 13 and 14 gives a similar instruction, but in a more succinct way, and he writes, "Be subject to every human institution for the Lord's sake, whether to a king as supreme or to governors as those he commissions to punish wrongdoers and praise those who do good." So we see that the Bible teaches Christians are to be in submission, are to be subject to the civil authorities placed over them. Subject to just means to be obedient to. What I find interesting is that caveats or qualifications are given by neither Peter nor Paul. And yet both of these men were writing in totally different political environment than what we enjoy today. They wrote in a world in which the average common person had little to no political agency. And depending on the date of the writing of these letters, likely there had already been state-sponsored persecution. That's kind of a best-case scenario. And I tend to, especially with Romans, have an even later date than that. There was already certainly state-sponsored persecution of Christians. And yet, both of these men are clear on their instructions. Be obedient to the government. Be obedient to the civil authorities placed over you. And now we do understand from Acts 5 and other scriptures that God's law does supersede man's law. And so in instances when civil authorities mandate things that are in direct violation of Scripture, it is the Christian's duty to disobey. Yet we must be sure the civil authorities is calling for is in fact in violation of God's law, rather than just our own indignance because we want to do what we want to do. One final thought. The purpose of this instruction is that so we may live in peace without harming the gospel witness we are called to as Christians. You see, the fact is, it is the duty of every Christian to make disciples, to proclaim the gospel, and to live lives which witness to the watching world. To the extent that it's possible for us, we want to be using our words and our lives, our actions, to be leading others to Christ. This is done most easily in an environment in which order and harmony are the norm, in which peace reigns, in an environment in which liberty causes human flourishing. It's in that situation which it is easiest for people to preach the gospel, to share the good news. That's all for today. I hope this video gave you something to think about. If it did, please like and share it with a friend. If you have comments or ideas for future videos, please leave that in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Go ahead and make sure you click the notification bell also. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.